John, I guess in the end, the way the final 10 minutes turned out, you're frustrated not to come away with 3 points today.
Yeah, I felt we deserved it today. I think we I think the first half goalkeepers had to make 3 or 4 decent saves. Swans had probably 1 save to make the whole game. So disappointed with not to get the 3 points. Not too disappointed with the performance. Thought the performance was good. With everything that's obviously gone off yesterday and this morning. I think it's we got our head round. It's a good performance and probably a good point in the end.
How hard has it been to focus and concentrate the players, given that there was the uncertainty about whether the game would be played as late as this morning, really?
Well, difficult because it's like we don't know whether if we just make a decision and it's on, then at least we get our heads around it. But because there was a lot of just. Is it going to be on? Is it not going to be on? Almost, being told to turn your bus round when we're 2 miles outside of Dover yesterday was just crazy. So we're probably glad it's over, and then we'll see actually what decisions are going to be made. But disappointed with what's happened yesterday because there was no common sense in it whatsoever.
You said you were told potentially to turn around 2 miles away, so that'll have been late evening because you travel around after.
Yeah, well we were going to leave at 12 o'clock. We ended up waiting till 1 o'clock. We rang the National League to ask for advice because obviously Aidan Hollis is not being here, so whether he's not been well, so we had to, and a few of the players have not been feeling great, so we wanted some advice from the National League yesterday, and they didn't give us any. They didn't come back to us, so we rang and then we just had to make a decision to go. What I didn't want to do is pull it on myself to cancel the game and not travel down, and then the club ends up with a fine. I didn't know what where we stood on it, so we just had to do it, and then not knowing that we got no information back, and then there's no common sense in playing this game today. We've all got families. I've got an 81-year-old father who lives on his own, who's not great. I can't go and see him now because we don't know where we are. We played Harrogate, 10 days ago. 4 of their players have gone into self-isolation. So what does that tell you? Either they've got it or we've given them. So there's no common sense happened in it. So now it's not so much the game; it's the knock-on effect that has of people in the day-to-day life.
Did they inform you late on then, when you were closing in on Dover, that the game was going to be cancelled or maybe cancelled?
They told us this morning we're going to go ahead. We didn't know whether the game was going ahead. No one made any decision. They're saying it could be. There's going to be a decision later on in a meeting. The meeting took 4 or 5 hours to go against the decision that every league in Europe has decided to cancel the games, but for some reason we played our game, which is just crazy. There's nothing about whether we want to play the game or we don't want to play the game. The common sense says we don't play the game because everybody else in the world is not doing it. So where's the common sense in that? And again, it's a knock-on effect. We have players who've got young families, who've got young children, mums and dads and it's just stupid. We don't need to put ourselves in that situation, but we have.
Is Aidan Hollis self-isolated? Is the fears that
we need to get it sorted. He's had problems. He's had respiratory problems, so we don't know at the moment. We're hoping it's not, but we don't know what that is. But to be on the safe side, we've not brought him. We kept him away from the ground. We're hoping he hasn't. But we'd be naive to think that we've got a group of players here that no one's got it. You'd be naive to think that. So why take the chance?
Mentally, I imagine, even if Hayden doesn't have it, there's still some sort of mental factor where you're thinking, oh no, maybe, have I been with him? It must be hard to concentrate and look past that as well.
Well, I just think that's what I said. You'd be stupid and naive to think that no one in our football club. Listen, you've got Arsenal, who probably the medical department is probably one of the best in the world. You've got Leicester, you've got Chelsea, and their players have got it. You'd be naive to think that no one at Chesterfield have got it. There's no common sense in that decision to play football matches at this level today, or to go against everything that everybody else is doing. Why?
The performance itself, to look at the football. You mentioned that felt like you'd done enough to deserve to win the game, but is there an element of frustration not only to concede late on, but the manner, because you got everyone behind the ball?
Well, that's our Achilles heel. That's our Achilles heel, and we said it's not going to be played safe. Listen, we've made massive strides to the players that almost want to pull each other apart in the dressing room after that game, because we conceded a goal, and we should win a game where probably 8-9 weeks ago we're nowhere near winning a game. So we've made massive strides. I like the players to have a bit of fight in them, which I think we've got. It's a game that I felt we were the better team. We had the better chances. The goalkeepers made more saves than our goalkeepers made, but the scoreline says it's 1-1. Is it going to be a good point? We've climbed the league, I think, a position. So as we look standing here now, it's a good point.
Penalty, no doubts. That was a penalty.
Oh yeah, it was a penalty. Yeah, I think so. And maybe on the ones that Tice went through, where he went with the goalkeeper. He said I probably should have gone down there as well. But we're not complaining about that. I think they didn't complain about it, so it's definitely a penalty.
And just how do you deal with the next week now that the players come into training? What do you do? 'Cause
Well,
there's another meeting on Monday.
Yeah, well, I think first and foremost we'll be sensible and do what everybody else has done, and probably keep them away, and just probably self-isolate ourselves just from the ground really, and just to see what the next step is for us. Will we play the next game? I don't know, but certainly we'll be doing our best to keep everybody safe and healthy.